Hey everybody, it's Coach Jill, and welcome to our Monday Night Group Coaching Call. If you are watching, please just type in the chat. The chat is open. Let me know that you can see me and hear me, please. Somebody, either Carolyn or Tina or Cindy, please type in the chat and let me know that you can hear me and see me, so that I know you guys are seeing this. So. I'm just going to keep talking, and hopefully one of you guys will type in there. Cindy, I know you're watching, so if you can possibly do that, please do. Anyways, welcome. Awesome. Good. Carolyn, thank you. So first of all, welcome. I'm glad everybody's here. I want to welcome Coach Paula with me. Penny is a little under the weather today, so she is resting and won't be joining us. So bear with us. Hopefully she'll be back tomorrow morning with us. But I want to say we've got some exciting things coming. I did get an update today on our new protein powder supplement, and this will actually be a meal replacement. It's not going to be just a protein supplement. It is going to be a meal replacement. And it sounds like it's going to be ready December 10th. So you will start to see some advertising for that coming up, and some opt-ins that you'll have that option. It's going to be available in 2 flavors, chocolate and vanilla. And I have heard that they are very good. Excited about it. Should be awesome. And so stay tuned on that. All right, let's jump in and dig right into topics for tonight. If you have questions, if you're watching and you have questions, please type your questions. Not only questions, but I want to know your updates. I want to know what's going on with you guys. How are you doing? What's going on? What are your results like? So please type that in the chat and let me know how you're doing. Let's celebrate you guys for your results. And if you have questions, please put your questions in there. Hi, Diane. Let us know how you guys are doing, but we're going to jump right in here, and we're going to touch on tonight's subject. First of all, our topic that we're going to talk on tonight is self-love, and I love every mindset topic because I love them all. I love the mindset. But I think self-love is so important, and I think this is one of the things where people tend to be the most lacking, I think. That self-love piece is hard. And that can be as simple as, number one, not making your own to-do list. It can be being too hard on yourself, being too harsh on yourself, not celebrating even the small pieces. Oh, Diane says she's sleeping extremely well. I love that, Diane. I love that. So it can be very simple things that maybe you're not doing for yourself. It could be even as simple as, you know what, maybe you're not taking time out to do your meal prep. Maybe you're not taking time out for moving your body. All those things, they all equate to self-love. And maybe you're just not realizing that when you're cheating yourself out of those things, that's not loving yourself. And it really is. It really is. When you're not taking care of yourself, because you have to remember, no matter what your situation in this life, whether you're, living by yourself, or whether you're a mom, or whether you're a girlfriend, or whether you have kids or grandkids, or, in order to be at your best for everyone else, and whether that's family, whether that's friends, coworkers, you name it, your own employees, if you have your own business, in order to be at your best, you need to be taking care of you first. You need to be at the top of your to-do list. And I just posted on this in our new Facebook page over the weekend. You have to make your own to-do list first and foremost. And if you're not at the top of that list, then we definitely need to have a conversation and find out why you're not at the top of your list. Where are you? Are you even making your own to-do list? And I don't mean physically writing it out. I mean, are you on your to-do list? Are you actually on it? Are you a priority? Are you scheduling time for you? One of the things that I've done, since I became a Fit Lifer, is I schedule my workouts. I never used to schedule workouts, and I schedule my workouts. I schedule food prep time. I, make it a point to go to the grocery store. Paula, what are some of the things that you now do for yourself that maybe you weren't doing before?
I do similar. I definitely schedule my workouts. I figure out, when I can get to the gym. Where I go is all semi-private, so there's classes. That's the only time you can go. So in order to make sure I get there, I have to make sure that it fits in. I schedule my grocery shop, and I know exactly what times during the week I'm going to have to do that. At the same time I'm doing that, I figure out, it's just like planning your schedule. I figure out what my A, B, and C days are going to be, where I'm going to be, what I'm going to be doing. Tonight, I knew I was going to end up getting a salad or something on the road. We had late doctor's appointments, and we didn't get home till almost 7 o'clock. So, I knew that going in today, exactly what I had to do all day, because I knew what I was going to face in the evening. So I've changed where it was never. I was always winging it.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
No. And I think we all know that winging it just doesn't work. It doesn't. And, one of the things that I remember even after I'd been doing the Fit Life program for a while, and I was doing really well, and I got to that point where I thought, oh, well, I got this. It didn't take long before I was off track because I didn't have it. I really didn't. And even now, I food prep. I know when I'm going grocery shopping. I schedule my gym times, things like that. So I'm making sure that I'm making my to-do list. Olga, what do you schedule for yourself? What do you do? Oh, unmute yourself, Olgs.
Unmute. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have my little planner that I have, even though I have it in my phone. I have an actual visual planner, and I write it in every Sunday. I go yoga, T-bar, yoga, T-bar, yoga. All right, and then on Saturday I do yogas with my kids at the gym. So if I don't get to it because something comes up, I still have it there for the next day. Right? Or I have options on there. If I don't get to T-bar, I can do yoga. If I don't do yoga, I can do T-bar. And then I have scheduled every single morning a walk with my dog. And that's something that it's an hour. Today was 2 hours. It was an amazing walk today. It was so incredible with all the big surf and all the rain that we had and everything. It was really great. And then I always juice Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And that's just what I have in my head that I'm going to do. And I do it, and I've been sticking to it, and it is amazing. It is amazing if you just have to plan it.
Yeah, I agree. And even me, I have a virtual. I do have a virtual calendar that I use for scheduling things, but I'm also still I'm still old-fashioned, and I have my calendar books because I like to look at my week out in front of me. I like to, and for me, the act of physically writing it in. Solidifies it with me in here. It's not, I got it. That's my time for me. And one of the things I often hear from people, I don't have time. There's not enough time in a day. I don't have time. It's interesting because we were just talking about this morning in our Fit Life meeting, is that whole fallacy of not having enough time. And one of the things that both Drew and May mentioned was at one point they both had to journal their days. So everything they did, they had to journal out. And I don't know how many days this went on for, but when they did it and they looked back at everything they did, they realized how much stuff was going on each day that really wasn't necessary. That really, really wasn't necessary. So, and the first, I'm going to tell you, this is always the biggest one right here. This is the biggest time sucker.
Yeah.
Facebook, Snapchat, all of them, Instagram, Pinterest, they are huge time suckers. And you know what? I'm not saying don't be on social media, but have your allotted time every day that you're going to have to check it, and don't feel like you need to scroll for hours. It's okay if you miss a post or two. It really is okay. It's not going to be the end of the world. And, one of the other things that I encourage you, and I've talked about the Sleep Smarter book that I just read, that one, and the perfect day formula. And one of the things that they talk about in both of those books is really planning out your days. So know when you're going to check emails. One time a day you have dedicated to checking emails. One block of time per day, and try and make it as late in the day as you can to check those emails, because then it's not sucking up your time for the rest of the day. Make sure you're taking care of all these other things first before you even jump in that email. And I know we all want to think, well, I want to get back to people. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. And, you can let that happen. But you want to make sure that you are making the things that need to be a priority, which means meal prepping, cooking, juicing, moving your body, working on your mindset pieces, all of those things. You've got to make sure that you're getting those in. Olgs, I'm just going to mute you. I'm getting a little bit of feedback from you. So, you want to make sure that you've got those things taken care of first. And I invite you, journal. I am first and foremost a big proponent of journaling, because I think it reveals a lot of things in our lives. And I will hear people say, oh, I'm not a journaler. You know what? Journaling is not about sitting down and writing the saga of your life out for everybody to, that you think everybody's going to read. And it's not necessarily about a diary that you're going to hide. Sometimes it's just about listing out what your day has been, or making your priorities for the day and things like that. So, keep it simple. It doesn't have to be this long, drawn out story. But if you're not sure where your time is going during the day and you're running short and you're not making that time for you, I invite you for 2 days, journal out and see where your day is going. See what's happening to your time, and then look at the things that are wasting a lot of your time and sucking up a lot of your time. So the other thing that I want to touch on as far as that goes is this whole concept of multitasking. And trust me, I loved for the longest time being known as the queen of multitasking. I don't do that anymore. I really try not to do that, because it's a proven fact, and they've done studies on this, that multitasking is not productive. It is absolutely not productive, because you don't finish any one thing, number one, all that quickly and all that completely. So if you focus on the most important thing, start your day with that, complete that, and then move on to the next task as you finish each one, that's the better way to go. You will actually find your time to be much more productive that way. One of the other things, and we've been reading really good books lately, is this whole concept of how do you start your day and when does your day start? And I know Paula can attest to the fact that I have never been much of a morning person. However, I have made a new commitment to this, and in the last 2 weeks, my days start at 4 a.m. now. My days start at 4 a.m. I am at the gym between 4:30 and 5 a.m., getting my workout in. Between 4 and 7 a.m., I have had some of the most productive days that I've ever had. And by noon, I'm like, oh my gosh, it feels like I've had a whole day and I've gotten all this stuff done, because I'm coming to find that that's my most productive time, really is. And then I do a virtual shutdown, probably about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and that's it. I'm done. I'm off of everything, the phone, the computer, the laptop, everything. If I do anything, I'm reading, or I'm journaling, or I'm meditating, things like that. Paula, do you do a virtual shutdown at night?
I do. Monday night, these calls are my latest night on any type of social media, computer, phone. I'm about at 8:15. Everything's off, and I usually go back in my room and start relaxing, chilling out, and getting ready to meditate around 9:15, 9:30, usually sleep by 10. And it's interesting because I've always been a morning person, up between 5 and 5:15. Now that I don't have the baby and Christina's self-sufficient pretty much, I find myself laying around and it's hard to get out of bed. And on those particular days, it really makes for a hard day. I think that it's that, I don't know if it's too much sleep or you just got out of that rhythm that you're used to having. So it's pretty interesting because I've never, ever been that way. As children, we were not allowed. We got up, we got dressed. My dad just didn't let us lay around. And so that's just how I've always been. It's only been maybe a couple months. It's really crazy how to see the other side. And to know that for me, the best thing is to get up when I wake up naturally, which is 5:15, and then, start my day.
Yeah. And it's interesting because when I started doing this, I thought the thought of getting up at 4 a.m. is like, oh my God.
I have a hard time with that. 5 o'clock is early enough for me.
It literally took me 1 week to adjust. And now I am awake before my alarm goes off at 4 a.m. I'm waking up about 3:50 in the morning. And I'm ready and raring to go. I'm excited. I'm really excited to get up and start my day. So a lot of it is mindset. And this is a big mindset piece. And knowing that, and you don't have to go that extreme. You know what? Even if you set your alarm 15 minutes earlier and you do that for a couple of weeks, till you get to you're up maybe even just a half hour earlier. One of the things that was also mentioned in this book was putting your alarm across the room. So you have to get out of bed. And I will tell you, I loved the snooze feature. I could snooze for an hour. I no longer hit the snooze. I am no longer a snoozer. Hitting that snooze button is the worst thing for you. It is the worst thing for you. It actually makes you more tired, makes your body more tired. So if you need to I'm telling you, don't use the alarm here. Get yourself a traditional alarm clock where you have to get out of bed to go turn it off. If you can't do that, if you can't, put your cell phone across the room and get up and turn it off and stay up, I'm telling you, get a regular alarm clock where you have to get up and turn it off and start your day. One of the other things that I want to talk about too in the morning, hydration. How many people get up and drink? And if you're watching, type this in the chat. How many people get up first thing in the morning after you've emptied your bladder? How many people drink water right away? Yeah, I do. Hold on. I'm gonna pick on you guys because I see you watching. Carolyn, Diane, Tina, Cindy. Who's drinking water in the morning after they get up? Who's drinking water? Just say I do if you're watching. I know we've got people viewing too. It is so important to start off your day with hydration. So important, because remember, overnight you're in this fasting period, which is healthy and it's normal. It's healthy. You want to have this induced fast every night. But in order to elicit your thirst response, you need to start off your day with water right away. Right away. I keep a water bottle next to my bed all the time. And whatever's left in that water bottle, because if I get up in the middle of the night, I will sip in the middle of the night. But whatever's left in that water bottle, I drink first thing in the morning. Before I even get to my lemon water, I make sure that I start that. Carolyn says she does. Yeah, awesome. Start. If you're not doing this, I encourage you, take a glass of water to bed with you. And, after you get up and go to the bathroom, empty your bladder, start that thirst response, get that water in. And even if you just sip it, you don't have to drink. I know people have said to me, I can't drink water that early in the morning. Sip it. Just sip it. But you've got to start that thirst response going. And this is something that you do every single day. Your thirst receptors don't just automatically happen. You have to make that happen. So if you are not doing this, I encourage you, start to do this. I now aim for getting minimally 20 to 40 ounces of water in even before, I'm out the door in the morning. And yes, at first it was very inconvenient because I found myself, no matter where I got in the morning, whether it was to the gym or whether it's just work, I needed to make a beeline for the bathroom. However, you know what? It does even itself out. Yeah, Diane says, I drink water first thing in the morning. Yeah, absolutely. And it's no different than when you started drinking water on this program. If you weren't drinking a lot of water and you worked your way up to your 80 to 120 ounces, your body evens out. Your body does even out, and this will get better. And please don't count that morning water as coffee. No. No. Herbal tea, I'd be okay with that. I could go with herbal tea, but I really do want it to be water. But coffee does not count. Remember, coffee dehydrates you. Caffeine dehydrates you. So you're just giving the opposite effect there. So don't tell me, yeah, I drink coffee first thing in the morning. No. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. So, who wants to share? I want to hear some results. I want to hear some results. You guys are awfully quiet in the chat. I don't see any messages come in. So let's hear some results. How you guys doing? How's your sleep? How's your cravings? How you guys doing? I want to hear from you, and I'm going to call you all out and say, you know what? I see all the results that aren't coming in, so I want to hear about your weekly reports. Yes, those do come past my desk. I want to know how you guys are doing, so I'm going to call you all out on this. It's Monday. We want to know how you're doing. I mean, I guarantee you had something good that you can share about last week. Each one of you, I know you had something good that you can share about last week. Paula, give me one good thing from last week on you. Yes. Unmute yourself first so we can hear you.
One good thing last week. I took some self-care and I sought out a spine specialist to help me try to figure out what's going on with the left side of my body and why I keep pulling that hamstring, that calf, broke my foot's still tender, that kind of thing. So we found out that my pelvis is off. So one leg longer than the other. So we've been working on that. I went today. I felt really, really good. I really think it's helping. So that's the one really good thing I did for myself last week, was to continue to try to figure out, I know it can be fixed and I know I needed help with that. So I searched until I found something that was going to work for me.
Love it. Love it. And it's so important. It's so important. That's big
self-care is huge.
Yep. Carolyn says her cravings are almost at nil. I love that. That's amazing. That is huge.
Wonderful.
That is huge. We love hearing that. Love hearing that. I would love to know what your cravings were. Diane says craving sweets in the evening. Diane, we need to talk about that. Are you getting enough magnesium?
Is craving, or she's made them better?
She just says craving sweets in the eve. So are you actually craving them, or you don't crave them anymore? Let's clarify on that, Diane. Clarify on that for us so we know. And these are all self-care things. These are all huge self-care things. And you know what? Turning in your results every week is a self-care thing. And I know you all hate that I do.
There's a good spin on it. It's true, though. It's absolutely true.
Every Monday, Jill brings out the soapbox, stands up on the soapbox, and says, "Where's your results for the week?" I'm gonna remember those. I always remember those big soapboxes that my grandmother used to get with the big detergent soapboxes. That was like giant size. I'm gonna get one of those. I'm gonna find one of those, and I'm gonna bring it out every Monday.
You know what it makes me think of? Now I'm gonna age myself. Back from the Little Rascals, when they used to stand up on the box. The little guy.
Yes, the borax box. The borax box. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Diane says in the evening. All right, Diane, we need to talk about that. Diane,
so she's craving and
back to your couch.
Yeah.
Carolyn says chocolate cookies. She used to be a nightly craving, and you're not. Carolyn. So Carolyn, if you're not craving them anymore, congratulations. I love that. Means you're getting enough magnesium. That's awesome. Love it, love it, love it. Diane, if you are craving sweets in the evening, it means that you might be lacking a little bit in your magnesium. You need to boost that magnesium. So always remember, sweet cravings usually are an indication, especially if it's chocolate, is an indication that your magnesium is a little bit low. So 250 to 500 milligrams of magnesium every night before bed, and you'll be good to go with this. You'll be really good to go with this. We have a few minutes left, and I want to touch on one other quick thing that I'm so excited about. We are now back in Facebook. Yes. We have communities for you all. So if you are in the coaching program, we need to get you added into. We have a private Facebook page for those in coaching. So please check with your coach, and we'll get you added in. We have also a private FitLife page for those who are either in coaching or paid members with FitLife. So you get your own private coaching page. And then we have a general lander page in Facebook. So check us out, look under FitLife Coaching, and you'll find us, and send us a friend request. We want to get you guys in there. This is really exciting. We're going to have lots of fun things coming up. I was brainstorming with several people on the FitLife team today. We're going to have a lot of fun stuff coming up. So let's get you in there. The one thing, and we've heard this before, I don't have Facebook, and I don't want to be on Facebook. This is not about creating a page for people to look at. Even if you make a page where you friend no one and you just have a page so that you can become part of the FitLife group, that works out just fine. Nobody else beyond FitLife Coaching is going to see any of this, none of it. So if you're not sure how to do that, and I encourage you, please do come join us. Let us know. We'll help you get that done. It's really easy to do. And no, nobody's going to see. You don't have to put pictures in that. You don't have to do any of that. You don't even have to put a profile picture. Even if you want to use a pseudonym so nobody knows it's you, as long as you tell us who you are inside the group, which is private, nobody outside the coaching group can see your posts. No one. No one. It is a private group. So please realize that nothing is going to get shared with anyone else on Facebook. It is solely people inside the coaching program. I assure you that nothing will be seen by anyone outside of people in the coaching group. So, Diane says her cravings are better. I don't crave it like before. Diane, make sure you're taking your magnesium every night. You should keep your magnesium next to you on your nightstand. I take mine. Actually, I have mine on the bathroom counter. I take it every night before I go to bed. After I brush my teeth, I take my magnesium. All right. Well, with that, we are going to wrap up for tonight. We will be back tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Pacific. Tomorrow morning, we'll have our second group coaching call. Come join us. We'd love to have you all back. And also, as we move forward, you know, if there's topics that you want us to talk about, if there's specific things that you'd like to know about, or maybe you have questions about, please feel free to email me, especially on Mondays as we're gearing up for these calls. It's jill@fitlife.tv. Let me know if you guys have specific questions. We want to make sure that we are getting your questions answered, and we want to take care of you guys. You are very valuable to us. We want to see you achieve your goals and reach those, and help you with the things that you're struggling with. So please reach out if there's topics that you would like us to cover. Let us know. Absolutely let us know. If there's something, you know, in particular, you can have your coach communicate it to me, or you can email me. That's what I say. It's jill@fitlife.tv. Let me know, and we'd love to get some topics. But we're going to have a lot more fun things coming up. So stay tuned. Diane says 400. Diane, I don't know what you mean by that. I'm not really sure. But Diane, touch base with me this week, and we'll figure out what's going on with you. Absolutely. All right. Well, with that, we're going to wrap up for tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow morning, but all kinds of exciting news. So make sure you get at us so we can get you added into Facebook, because we want you there. And this is a chance for community where you guys will be able to talk to each other in a format that you know, and lots of good stuff. So let's get over and join us in Facebook, and we'll see you over there. So have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, or we'll see you next Monday. Bye, guys.